This is your only warning. If you aren't interested in knowing more about the open records request I filed, or the statute of harassment and my comments and opinions about such, then stop the video here. You've been warned what it's about. This video will address my stance on the harassment allegation levied against me by the Honorless Police Department, and probably supported and endorsed by the administration of the city of Henderson, in my opinion. And my opinion that is their attempt to intimidate and retaliate. First and quickest to cover is my open records request. As you can see on the screen, this is my open records request. I believe it speaks for itself, and if you have questions, feel free to ask. Also, I am working on many more. You can pause the video to read if you like, but I'm moving on to the next subject in 3, 2, 1, now. Second subject, harassment statute in Kentucky. KRS 525.070, and it reads as follows. 1. A person is guilty of harassment when, with intent to intimidate, harass, annoy, or alarm another person, he or she. So I'm going to stop there for a second, and I'm going to say no. None of those are my intent, as my intent is to observe government officials in the course of their duties. So I don't meet any of those elements. Next, the subsection I believe is most applicable here, and to save the most time and address only the most logical one that the Honorless PD would be basing the retaliation on, is subsection E, and it reads as follows. Engages in a course of conduct or repeatedly commits acts which alarm or seriously annoy such other person and which serve no legitimate purpose. My assertion, first of all, government officials are not considered just other quote-unquote persons, as they are a separate category, and this has been shown many times, and they are subject to much more scrutiny by the public. Second, the section mentioning, quote, and which serve no legitimate purpose, unquote, again, I refer you to my first comment, wherein my purpose has been clearly defined for a long time now, at least a year, as observation of public officials and government officials in the course of their duties. That's all I've got on the harassment allegation by the tyrants at the Honorless PD. Oh, expect another not guilty plea and another jury trial, followed by an appeal on much more important aspects if I lose in your local judicial center. Oh, I forgot to add. This is all dependent upon whether the county attorney, Mr. Steve Gold, decides to pursue charges. But if he does, then my statement stands. I'll see you at a jury trial. Next and final is mostly my opinion, and it's my opinion based upon what I believe are facts and logic. So you can listen, you can agree, you can disagree, you can tell me to fuck off, or you can fuck off, but this is what I believe. This is for the idiots, cowards, and tyrants and Blue ISIS gang terrorists meeting the requirements to be called such, and working at the Honorless PD. Are you so ignorant that you can't grasp the fact that at a certain point you will not be wearing that badge, and that not everyone you care about wears that badge of seeming invincibility and qualified immunity in many cases? Are you such morons that you fail to grasp the fact that at some point either you or one you care about could easily be treated in the same way you cowards show you prefer to treat others? Are you so stupid that you can't understand that every time you act as tyrants, hypocrites, thugs, bullies, and Blue ISIS terrorists, you are not only doing your community a disservice, but also ensuring that down the line your own loved ones are going to deal with your own degrading of rights and accountability and your tyranny? No, I guess you aren't aware of that. But then again, look who I'm asking. I don't call you the Honorless Police Department for nothing, right? Keep in mind that any tyranny, no matter how small, becomes much larger when not kept in check. The same comments go to all you idiots out there cheering on your quote-unquote heroes as they smile at you while they ignore and disrespect those they are supposed to serve and protect and the rights of the same. If you think you and yours won't be affected by such, you are more ignorant than I ever could have imagined, and you prove You are the enemy of we the people. My final comment, and more personal to me, is this. During a conversation I had with a local resident, said resident mentioned to me that the honorless police department considers what I do, and myself in general, to be, quote, bad, unquote. I'm assuming that comment has truth to it based upon several factors. One important factor being that any time you attempt to turn the figurative light on to cause more attention to and discovery of hypocrisy, tyranny, abuse of authority, violations, etc., the tyrants, thugs, bullies, and blue ISIS terrorists wearing the same gang attire and holding the same gang mentality are certainly going to see that as quote-unquote bad. Please name me just one tyrant throughout history, or a tyrannical government for that matter, that was brought into the light, who then turned around and declared it was, quote, good, unquote. I'd say to any at the HPD considering what I do to be bad, thank you. No, seriously, thank you very much. I say that sincerely because if thugs, bullies, and tyrants consider what I do to be bad, then I consider myself on the right fucking track. Anytime bad people label me bad, I consider the source. Then I wear that label as a ribbon and badge of pride. Because if the honorless tyrants at the honorless police department see my actions as bad, then I must be doing something good. So why don't we all think about the reasons why so many have fought and died, such as freedom, constitution, freedom from tyranny and abuse of power. Then let's keep in mind that most of those who have sacrificed some or given the ultimate sacrifice, their lives, did so to ensure that we, as U.S. citizens, were not subjected to some of the exact honorless actions and ideas of this honorless police department. That's it. If you don't like it, you're not being detained, and you are certainly free to go.